So this is a little video about sewing machine tension. A sewing machine has to have tension to run and give a good stitch. Tension is very simple. It's two discs that has a spring that pushes against them to give more or less tension, and there's a screw which you loosen it to have less tension and you tighten it to have more tension. So the sewing machine, or the thread on the machine, goes between the tensions, just like that. This machine has a tensioner that's just like that. It has the two discs. This particular one has a plate in between that makes it easy for the thread to slip through. But it basically has a spring to push against it and a knob. So you have more tension, a higher number, and it pushes the spring together, less tension, and it's a lower number, and it has less tension on the spring. Very simple. 3 to 5 is your normal range. So 5 would be your normal sewing range. You can lower it down to 3 for a buttonhole or a decorative stitch or something like that. Very simple. Some machines have what are, quote, automatic thread tensioners, and they pretty much have the same important components. The two discs, this one has the little plate in between, and inside of here is the tension spring. It's not working because it's not plugged in and energized, but it's supposed to give you automatic thread tension, and it's quite complicated, as you can tell. And if it turns out that you need more or less tension, then what you do is you go into the sewing machine and you use the computer and you find the tension menu and you go through the flow chart until you get to the right place, and then you select a higher number for more tension and a lower number for less tension. And so it's actually more complicated than having just a standard tensioner. And when these fail, they're really expensive. This particular one is $473 for the part, a couple $100 labor, so very expensive, and they do fail quite a lot. I stock several different types of these tensioners. Some of them are not as expensive, like maybe $100 and something bucks, but this kind of a tensioner almost never fails. Maybe 1 in a 10,000. These fail a lot. I just don't really care for electronic, automatic, computerized tensioners. So that's a little bit about tension. I hope it helps.